DIY scavenger hunt. Who's behind it?
Plus, tonight is senior night. Join us for the celebration.
WTOP-10 Nightly News starts now.
Tonight on WTOP-10 Nightly News. Why are we at the top? Kicking off WTOP-10 Senior Week. We're producing a fun week of shows to recognize and honor our graduating seniors.
Melinda, Hunter, and I are graduating in May, and Kyle's graduating in a little over 2 weeks. Keep watching WTOP-10 for a whole week of fun content from our seniors.
SUNY Oswego student and WTOP-10 sports director Michael Shetler is in the running for the SUNY Bachelor. Barstool SUNY on Instagram runs an online contest where followers vote for 2 SUNY students to be crowned their Bachelor and Bachelorette. You can cast your vote for Shetler via Instagram story. And the Transportation Security Administration has unleashed its 2025 K-9 calendar. The calendar is a yearly tradition that honors the TSA's more than 1,000 explosive detection dogs. The 2025 TSA K-9 calendar each month includes pictures and fun facts about that month's featured dog. The 2025 K-9 calendar is available for immediate download on the TSA's website.
America has a new top dog, and it's already making history. Vito, the pug, was crowned best in a show at the 92nd Annual National Dog Show Thursday. It also marks the first time the breed has claimed the top spot since the show was first televised in 2002. The 2.5-year-old pup bested nearly 2,000 other dogs to take home the title. However, Vito is no stranger to winning. He has racked up 25 in best in shows over his career.
Employees at a Virginia farm celebrated 4 little piggies' birthdays. They cut into their birthday cake this past Thursday. Sarah Jacales brings us the celebration.
So little, you're looking at more than 800 pounds of pork, squealing in excitement upon seeing their birthday cakes. Those cakes specially made by Meadow Farm animal care specialist Katie Kemp.
It's made out of bananas, peanut butter, coconut oil, oats, and scrambled eggs. Blended most of them together except for the scrambled eggs. The eggs are just the topping. And then froze it all so that it stays together, and then thawed a little bit on the way here.
And when the cake hits, the crew, brothers Archie, Iggy, Ducky, and Otis, celebrating their first birthday.
They all have their own little personalities.
Emily Orndorff has cared for them from day one.
Our dark black pig out in the pasture there, he's going to be the top of the 4 brothers.
That's Archie, known as Top Hog. Iggy is the tough guy, Ducky the clown, and Otis, born the runt, is the comeback kid.
He gets along so well with his brothers, despite being raised separately from them for about 2 months.
Otis needed a lot of care in the beginning, getting the VI pig treatment from zoologist Jim Winepress.
We celebrated Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's with this piglet in a playpen in our living room, and every day I'd go to work, he'd get in his travel container and we'd go to work together. So yeah, he was my best buddy for a while.
The piglets were part of a surprise litter born to Mama Gertie during Thanksgiving week last year.
Gertie wasn't producing milk, and we realized pretty quickly that we had to intervene if these piglets were going to make it.
Meadow Farm staff suddenly tasked with caring for the tiny babes around the clock, so small that they were weighed on a food scale. Half of the piglets were rehomed, leaving these 4 bros to reign over Meadow Farm like pigs in mud. I never saw such a thing.
And don't get any ideas, because these pigs aren't heading for any plates. They'll be living out a nice long life here at Meadow Farm. In Henrico, Sarah Shackles, 12 on your side.
The team hopes to make this an annual celebration, not just for the piglets, but also other animals. A little bit of a snowy entrance into Oswego this semester, coming back from break.
Let's take a first look at our first forecast with Storm Team 10 meteorologist Melinda Bronciato.
Hi guys, my name is Melinda Brancato. I'm very happy to be joining you today with our weather this week. Coming up ahead, we're going to be welcomed into December with some easy breezy, not so beautiful weather. And so you should be expecting to break out the shovels and bundle up for those blistering conditions. More ahead, so stay tuned after the break. More at the desk?
Linda, thank you. John Collins Black is offering a treasure hunt for people who read his new book. There's Treasure Inside was published this past November. It gives hints to the readers that find more than $2 million worth of treasure hidden in its chest across the country. The treasure includes everything from gold to rare Pokemon card memorabilia and a brooch once owned by Jackie Kennedy.
Two machines have popped up in San Diego, making it easier to give back to those in need this holiday season. They are part of the global project called Light the World Giving Machines. Instead of going to vending machines to buy a candy bar, people can now donate money to Care for a Newborn or Meals for the Homeless. These machines have been around since 2017 and have helped raise $32 million for participating charities.
Banana has recently gone viral. The artwork named Comedian by artist Marcuso Catalan consists of a banana duct taped to a wall. The installation sold for $6 million in 2019. Last week, it went back on the auction block and sold for $6.25 million. The buyer was Chinese collector and cryptocurrency founder Justin Sun. He celebrated on Friday by eating the banana. He said, quote, "For a banana with such a backstory, the taste is naturally different from an ordinary one."
Still ahead tonight, bird flu detected in California, how officials are responding.
Plus, a baby monkey's first time in the snow, how it's celebrating.
Jill told me it was Kitty from Glee. Yeah, what is it?
Al Roker.
We're here for you, we're here for you. This is your channel 2. With sports and news and what to do, we're here for you. It's your TV, you're watching WTOP. Your TV, thanks for watching WTOP.
What's going on?
Yeah, dude, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Matt, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa. You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow. Get a closer for that one.
Matthew, look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
Hello and welcome back. I'm your Storm 10 meteorologist, Melinda Brancato, here with some of your current conditions for this week's weather. So right now we are going to have some 34-degree weather. We're going to have some high pressure, some heavy winds, and a lot of wind chill. It's going to feel really cold out there, especially as we're heading into this week with final classes and finals coming up. With that being said, going into tomorrow around 1 o'clock, we're going to be entering a winter weather advisory up until 1 o'clock tomorrow, excuse me. And within the surrounding area, you're going to see some lake effect snow warning sort of down in this region over here. You'll see that purple representing our weather advisory within the local area. But moving on, With with cold weather and a lot of winds and gusts, we're going to need to bundle up, as mentioned previously. So grab your coats, grab your scarf, and grab your hats, and get ready to just bear the Oswego winds. With that being said, when there's wind, there's a lot of wind chill. So even though we're seeing a lot of 34-degree weather, we are going to see that it's going to feel about just in half. So as we move on through Wednesday, we're going to just keep seeing that wind chill get colder and colder. And with wind, there's trash cans. So you may have to chase your trash can into your neighbor's yard as those wind speeds pick up and as those chills continue in. Looking towards our future cast, we're going to see a lot of lake effect moving through this area. So you'll see it's just going to continue to push through, and it's going to get very heavy going into Wednesday evening. And we'll kind of see that effect moving on all the way in through Thursday. And you can see this predicted snowfall really blustering in throughout. With that said, we have your extended forecast. So throughout this week, again, we mentioned those 30s-degree weather and those high winds. You're going to see a lot of snow this week, and it's really going to be important to bundle up. So with that being said, thank you, and be sure to stay warm. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Melinda. After nearly 2 years and almost 150 shows across the world, Taylor Swift's Eras Tour is finally coming to a close Sunday with the final show in Vancouver. The tour is ending atop the leaderboards for various accolades, becoming the highest-grossing musical tour of all time, and almost single-handedly ushering in a sweeping new wave of scrutiny against ticket scalpers and Ticketmaster for allowing the practice. On screen right here, as a picture from my sister's trip to the Eras Tour at the Rogers Centre in Toronto, with the city lighting up the CN Tower in celebration of Swift's shows in the city.
With heavy snows falling in New York, the snow is hitting other parts of the country as well, including Iowa, where this little guy is getting his first taste of the snow. Yumi, the Japanese mukak, or a snow monkey, was born in August of this year and is seen here giving the snow a little taste test.
They're delivering meals to people's doorsteps under a unique name, the Chicken Soup Brigade. The group of Seattle locals have spent decades delivering meals to the homes of Washington. Here's Yumi right here. Yeah, look at this little guy.
Aww.
Look at him.
So cute.
Just loving that snow. Look at that guy. As we were saying, they're delivering meals to people's doorsteps under a unique name, the Chicken Soup Brigade. The group of Seattle locals have spent decades delivering meals to the homes of Washington state residents living with HIV.
As Maddie White reports, the group's leader are helping to highlight a need they say is growing.
These piggy banks to raise money for Chicken Soup Brigade at events like gay bingo.
Gay bingo players and drag queens in clubs lining Capitol Hill in the early 80s.
You can picture yourself at like a crowded event with this jingling.
Are among the first kind-hearted Seattleites to launch this effort.
In response to the HIV crisis.
As the number of AIDS cases skyrocketed.
Deliver groceries and meals to folks who are living with HIV.
It's called the Chicken Soup Brigade.
We deliver meals in groups of 7 or 14 a week.
Although AIDS case numbers declined in the 90s and since have stabilized,
we still have a wait list of over 400 people in our community.
There are still about 15,000 Washingtonians living with HIV.
This one says AIDS isn't over, which I think is still true.
In these inflationary times.
We're also seeing more and more people in our community reaching out in need of food and nutritional support than we have in past years.
While drug treatments have slowed the progression of the virus,
a good portion of our clients are homebound.
It can still be a life marked by loneliness.
During COVID, and I think even today, for some of our clients, our delivery driver is the only person that they'll encounter in that week.
It's why the brigade stops at nothing to ensure no one gets left behind.
A relentless
Maddie White.
Fight and compassion that we have for folks in our community, and I think that's still true today.
King 5 News.
Honestly, huge Chicken Soup Brigade fan. Great name, great cause. You gotta love it. Some huge drama unfolding in my household as my roommates and I are in a heated debate on where to go to dinner to celebrate our impending graduation. Our favorite restaurant, Chili's, has been brought up in the discussion, but it's been shot down by some members of the House due to the restaurant being, quote, not fancy enough, and, quote, we go there all the time. This was not the sentiment last time the House went to Chili's for a 2-for-1 margarita night, but WTOP-10 will continue to provide updates on this very serious matter.
Officials in California have suspended distribution of raw farm samples, raw farm milk products, and after the blood flu virus was detected in samples. Officials say that all milk tested by the California Department of Food and Agriculture stayed at the raw farm plant and was not released to consumers. Raw Farm wrote on the social media, it is cooperating with the state to maintain regulatory compliance. They said that there will be a supply shortage.
Kendrick Lamar's newest album, GNX, has debuted at #1 on the Billboard Hot 200 album charts after its surprise release last Friday. The new album, featuring immediate hits like TV Off and Squabble Up, is the most streamed rap album in its first week in streaming, passing Tyler the Creator's Chromacopia from October. Kendrick's new album comes off the heels of his highly publicized feud with Drake, capping off with the hit single Not Like Us, his fourth #1 song. The album takes the same West Coast hip-hop inspirations as the hit single. When WTOP-10 news continues, the world's largest indoor snowball fight.
And a Christmas trees train? More after the break.
Thanksgiving is over, and for many that means it's time to go out and get the Christmas tree. That's it. Yes, we ship it. Tie it.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I guess I have really been looking for love in this dating app. Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
What's going on?
Yeah, dude, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Yeah, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa. You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow. Get a close up of that one.
Matthew,
Look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
Welcome back to WTOP-10 Nightly News. Here's the latest in our consumer news. With snowfall comes snowball fights, and thousands of snowballs were ready to be thrown indoors. Snowball fights and the Children's Museum of Indianapolis hosted Indy's biggest indoor snowball fight on Friday. The battle between Santa and the children at the museum was intense, but it sadly ended in Santa's defeat, one for the record books.
And since we are feeling the Christmas spirit, Hallmark has come out with the new movie, which seems very interesting. Based on the world-renowned known couple of superstar Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, the holiday touchdown is going to be an interesting movie to see.
All aboard the Christmas tree. With Thanksgiving over and the community can climb aboard the Duluth Zephyr in Wisconsin and its Christmas-themed train that has been gaining steam throughout the years as tickets are already sold out. The end of the ride brought passengers to the forest where they had the chance to bring home their Christmas tree. Live music, food, and refreshments were also made available. Coming up in sports, Hunter Ramick.
Hey Hunter, can you give us a quick preview?
Thanks, guys. Coming up, we will have the latest in Oswego State sports, some MLB offseason news, and a star-studded engagement involving an NFL quarterback. Ooh, stay tuned.
La 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 la.
Free.
La 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 la. La 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 la. Freeze.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
And it could be your last chance to see one occur for 2 decades, as the next time one will be visible over the continental U.S.
He's May 84. Yarrow told police in the hospital that he had pressed the doorbell and waited.
They mix with oxygen and nitrogen and briefly
And Senior Week News, I'm Hunter Ramick with your latest in sports. A celebrity engagement was revealed this Thanksgiving weekend. Haley Steinfeld and Josh Allen announced on Instagram they are tying the knot. 27-year-old Steinfeld is known for many roles, including the Pitch Perfect series and portraying Kate Bishop in the Marvel films. 28-year-old Allen is quarterback for the NFL's Buffalo Bills. More on that later. Their budding romance has been the subject of tabloid fodder for the past several months. Last Tuesday, the Oswego State men's basketball team took on the Nazareth Golden Flyers in Rochester. The Lakers got off to a hot start with 7 3-pointers in the first half, while limiting Nazareth to just 27 points. In the second half, Oswego's offense did not slow down as they scored 34 of their 45 points in the paint. The Lakers ended up with the victory, winning 86-68, highlighted by freshman Deacon Judd's 20-point barrage. Oswego faces the Oneonta Red Dragons tomorrow night in their first SUNYAC matchup of the season. Over to men's hockey, the Oswego State participated in the Utica University tournament this past Friday and Saturday. Friday's game against Stevenson University was a back-and-forth matchup, with Oswego sending the game into overtime thanks to a goal by Captain Matthew McQuaid. However, it would not end in Oswego's favor as Stevenson wins in OT with 1 second remaining. Saturday's game against University of New England was a heartbreaker. Patsland scores 2 goals in the final minutes of the third period, sending it to overtime. The two teams remained scoreless through 2 OT periods, with New England winning in a shootout, with the official result being a tie. The Oswego State Lakers head to Morrisville this Friday for their next matchup. Now for some MLB offseason news. I am a big Mets fan, and the New York Mets began their offseason spending spree, signing starting pitcher Frankie Montas to a 2-year, $34 million deal. 31-year-old Montas finished the 2024 season with a 7-11 record and a 4.84 ERA between the Reds and Brewers. This move comes as the Mets look to add to their starting rotation and absolutely ball out this season. Juanso, come on. You're coming to Queens, bud. Get over here. And we got Bills and 49ers Sunday night football. You're gonna hear a lot of snow puns here incoming. Bills plowed the 49ers, already off to a hot start there. 1st and 10 in the first quarter here. McCaffrey running through, getting deep into Bills territory. getting to around the 25-yard line, but it would not be enough to get into the end zone as the 49ers will have to settle for a 33-yard field goal as the 49ers are on the board first here in this game. We go later into the first quarter, 3rd and 1 for the Bills here. Ray Davis dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh all the way to the goal line as the Bills get into position here, 1st and goal, and Davis will complete that touchdown with 3 seconds to go in the first. Bills now up 7-3. Look at him dashing through that snow. He's so fast, man. As we get later into the game here in the second quarter, 1st and 10 for the 49ers. And we're going to see McCaffrey kind of limping here, walking a little awkwardly. You thought you might have slipped on the snow or something, but it turns out to be an injury to his PCL that could be season-ending. 49ers already dealing with a ton of injuries this season, and to their star player, that's not what you want to see there. As McCaffrey would leave the game and all that, as you see the replay here for that injury. And we go further into the second quarter, 1st and 10 for the Buffalo Bills here. James Cook running, slipping through. He's like made of grease or something, and he takes it all the way down to the house. Booyah. James Cook with the touchdown there as the Bills extend their lead to 14-3. And we go further into the second quarter, 2nd and 8 for the Bills. Diving in, some snow angels for the Bills. 2nd and 8 here in the second quarter. Josh Allen trying to defeat some pressure, and a nice catch there by Dawson Knox as he takes it all the way to the 30 here. Bills moving up. It'll be 3rd and goal next. And Josh Allen again facing a little bit of pressure, but look at Mac Hollins with that tough catch in the end zone, touchdown. And the Bills would carry that momentum all the way to the end of the game. Bills 35, 49ers 10, and the Bills clinch the AFC East title for the 5th straight year. That's all for sports. Stay tuned after the break.
And it could be your last chance to see one occur for 2 decades, as the next time one will be visible over the continental U.S.
He's May 84. Yarrow told police in the hospital that he had pressed the doorbell and waited.
They mix with oxygen and nitrogen and become briefly
What's going on?
Yeah, dude, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Matt, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30?
Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa. You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow. Get a close up of that one.
Matthew,
Look at that.
can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Welcome back to our Senior Night News. We do have some breaking news here coming back from the break. Polls are open for the first round of SUNY Bachelor voting. That means you can vote for our favorite new sports director, Michael Schettler, on that.
I know, headed around SUNY, it's going to be a fierce competition for the bachelors and the bachelorettes out there, but we're excited to support our own here at WTOP-10 and at Oswego. But speaking of seniors, so he's a senior, but so are we, and we're excited to be here for senior news. I know this was my first time on air for news. Hunter, your thoughts?
I think it's time to go.
It's time to go indeed.
Have a good night,